In Australia, we call these red capsicums. In the UK, in America, these are red bell peppers. What I'm going to do today is, using my OONI Volt 12, I'm going to roast these so they're charred black on the outside, and then I'm going to add some olive oil and a little bit of garlic, Italian style, to make some of the nicest tasting red peppers or roasted capsicum that you've ever tried. To start with, there's a few ways to cut a capsicum. If you look at that, it's almost square, but typically we cut the capsicum along these lines and we get these bulbous pieces and they're round. Now, for roasting, that's a real problem because we don't tend to get a nice even charring on the skin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a little trick that I've worked out. If we have a look at that capsicum, it's almost square. Well, not quite, but if you can see, that's a flat side, that's a flat side, and we've got plenty of flat sides. So I'm going to show you how to cut this flat, make it really easy to roast. So with this red pepper, I just use a normal cook's knife. I do a cut across the top like that. You see, it leaves the center like that. And likewise, I'm going to cut the bottom off. So we're essentially going to have a tube. So I put those aside for later. I can throw that bit away. And then I use a small paring knife, and all I do is I cut straight down like that, cut straight down like that, straight down like that, straight down like that, and that just pops out, seeds and all. I'm left with a nice clean tube without any seeds. Now all I'm doing now is I'm looking for the straight sides. So if I cut there, and I cut there, that's fairly flat. If I cut there, I've got another flat piece, and I can cut there. Got a bit of a curve there, but what I might do is just cut like that. So all of these pieces are going to sit nice and flat when I'm roasting. I can also use this piece, and that one's come out fairly clean. So I'm just going to roast that like that. And this piece, just a little bit of a blemish there, I'll just remove that. And likewise, I'll put that on a pizza tray. Get my pizza tray, a little bit of olive oil. Use my brush. So this is just to stop things from sticking and to make them easier to release because they're going to get pretty hot in here. I'll just brush that all around nicely like that. Then the trick is you can do something like this in the middle and lay these out around the edge like so. And with this piece here, I might just cut that. And I'll have that nicely arranged. So I've got one capsicum or red bell pepper ready to go for roasting, and it's all nice and flat. So we're going to get even radiated heat on top of this, and it's all going to char really nicely and really easily. Let's have a look in the oven. With the bell peppers, I find you can also do this with the door open because they do let off quite a bit of steam, especially in the early part. Most of this is cooking really with the radiated heat from the top element, you can see there, rather than just the convected heat around, and you can see it's still charring quite happily. So you can actually do this with the door open, but you need to be careful. This is all very hot, and it has been ideally designed to operate with the door shut. But I'm not having any problems with the charring, as you can see, with the door open with these ones. I think that'll do it for this one. Now, these are quite hot because they've just come out of a 450 degree oven. You can let these cool and they'll peel off really quickly and really easily, but I'll just show you what we're actually looking for. So if you just pick it up, I'm using tongs at the moment, like I said, it's so hot. But this just peels off, this skin peels off really nicely and quite easily. And sometimes you can get it all off in one big piece. Other times you have to have a couple of goes. But that's kind of what we're after. That's nicely charred and roasted. I'll put that to a side and I'll just continue doing all the rest of them. Once we've finished peeling all of the peppers, all we need to do then is just trim them into nice sizes and shapes. So that's the round one. I just typically just chop bits off randomly. It's always good to have some random pieces. And all these little charred little remains just add a little bit of flavour, and they also make it add a bit of a certain type of look. Shows you that everything's been char grilled. All right, so that's all the bits chopped up. So there's our peppers in the bowl. Get a little bit of olive oil, some extra virgin olive oil, just spread that around like that. You can use some salt and fresh garlic, or you can do what I do, and I just use some garlic salt. Seems to be a nice balance flavour, not too much garlic, not too much salt. Sprinkle that in there and mix this all around. And really it's as simple as that. You can do that to taste. You don't want to overdo it, so do a little bit, taste it, make sure you haven't over salted it. It's more the salt that you're worried about, over salting. And you can just try that, see if it's how it tastes. I'll probably add a little bit more, just for experience. I want a little bit more than that. Time to try some. Got a few pieces of the peppers that have been char grilled and then olive oil added and garlic salt. Like I said, you could just use normal sea salt and some fresh garlic, but I like it like this. It's nice and simple. It's an easy way to do it, whatever floats your boat. Let's try it. Really sweet. And because I don't go so heavy on the salt and the garlic, I have these little subtle flavors of the salt, which is really enhancing the flavor, the garlic flavor and the pepper and the pepper flavor. But it's got such a sweetness that comes from char grilling, a little bit softer than if they were just raw. They're just fantastic. You can use these as a side dish. You can put these with pasta, for example. You could throw them in a salad, throw them in a sandwich with, you know, roast beef or ham or something else. They're really versatile. I like eating them on their own. They're pretty good. If you've liked what you've seen, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit the like and subscribe button to see more videos from us. My name's Andrew from Food Good. Thanks for watching.